Yes, say what you say. I can ground pound all day, especially with a pretty face, far waist. I'd rather stand here, share your space with you. Collar tie, Muay Thai, I wanna lie with you. I wouldn't lie to you. I'm the truth. Get my full mount, side mount, wouldn't do. I wanna take you, controlled by the wrist. We can go rounds 3, 4, 5, 6 in the clinch. Yeah, we in the clinch, baby. Best believe me, we in the clinch. You and I, we in the clinch, baby. Say what you say. Oops, up off it. Yeah. Yeah, yes, up off. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz, the adult. All right, man, look at who we have here. Who do we have up here today? Sleepy Chan, what's going on with you? Unbiased boxing talk. What's going on with you? Oops. All right, man, look first. First, I want to say this. Congratulations to Vasily Lomachenko, what he did last night, Keyshawn Davis. I mean, I know the pressure was on. Fantastic knockout from Keyshawn. I mean, he looked phenomenal last night. Congratulations to him. All the fighters, Oliveira, congratulations to you, beating Dustin Poirier. I want to say this. Pena, that was the fight. Okay, beating Amanda Nunes, tapping her out. That was amazing. Pena, much love to you. Hit the Tyson bell. So let's talk. A lot of things came out. Oh, and Nonito Donaire knocking out Gambayo with a body shot. Congratulations to you. Let me see what we have to say so far. About time I catch you from the beginning, Biz. Hit the Tyson bell. Much love to you. And that's the boot. Black to you. Happy Sunday, fun day. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this. Okay, big shocks. Yeah, I'm going to start off with this. Kambosos must fight Vasily Lomachenko. Ah! But let's talk. Let me tell you what I mean. Just in time for the gym. Perfect. Let me tell you what I mean. Okay? The integrity move would be for Kambosos to fight Devin the Dream Haney. That would be the integrity move. The money move and the balls move would be to fight Vasily Lomachenko. No. The integrity move will be to fight Devin the Dream Haney. And there may be a situation where he must fight Lomachenko or else he loses the title, the WBO title. Hit the Tyson bell. No? Yes, Biz, agree. I mean, it is what it is. Okay? Look, ShowBizz, the greatest on the tube. Thank you so much. And that's the boots. 2 sugars. Listen. Look, the balls. Yeah, okay. Let me see. The integrity move would be to fight Devin the Dream Haney. That's the fight I prefer. Okay? Politically. And I think it's a fun fight to watch. It's a fight that I prefer politically. And I think it's a fun fight to watch. Okay? Plus, Devin the Dream Haney deserves a shot at the titles. Okay? He fought for the interim title. And then that was replaced by the WBC full-time title, okay? But he never fought for a title, and he deserves to, okay? Hit the Tyson bell. So that's the integrity move, plus the politics. I think we're looking at undisputed, so I'm fine, okay? But to clear things up politically, that's the integral move. That's the integrity move, to fight Devin the Dream Haney, all right? But the balls move. I think Kambosos versus Devin the Dream Haney is a closer fight for Kambosos to win. I don't know who wins between Kambosos and Haney. Just because if you would have asked me a year ago, yes, Haney whoops his ass. But just because Kambosos surprised me on this way, and Devin Haney just surprised me this way, okay? Devin Haney, after those 3 fights with Gamboa, with Linares, with Jojo Diaz, I'm starting to be like, okay, well, though he won, he's not as sensational as I thought. He's sensational, but not as much as I thought. Kambosos, I saw as a savage. Oh, he can box. Hit Tyson Bell. He impressed me this way. It's kind of like Isaac Cruz. Now, Ryan Garcia calling out Isaac Cruz. Look like that fight may happen, okay? Isaac Cruz has surprised us this way, all right? So, I think Kambosos versus Devin Haney is a good fight to watch. It's a close fight. I don't know who actually wins that fight. I would have to really assess that. And I think that's the integrity move and the political move. Whereas Lomachenko, I don't know how Kambosos beats him. And if Kambosos takes Lomachenko, that's definitely more money. But on top of that, it's the balls fight. Hit the Tyson Bell. I don't know how he beats Lomachenko. So if he fights him, I would be like, Kambosos, boy, you got some nerves. You got huge balls. You are one of those champions that we all talk about, have admiration for. Look, even James Buster Douglas, when he beat Iron Mike Tyson, he fought Holyfield. Yeah, he only reigned for he didn't even reign. He beat Mike Tyson. He was a giant killer, and that goes down in the history books. But think about it. He fought Holyfield. He ain't doing anything because he fought Holyfield. And you have to give Buster Douglas love for that. You got to give him love for that. He deserves admiration for that. If Kambosos takes on Lomachenko in Australia, you got to give Lomachenko love for traveling to Australia. Lomachenko says his dream to be undisputed at lightweight. He's not going up. He's not going down. That's the balls move. Okay? So let me see what you have to say. People are so adamant about Haney being next, but they need to realize there's no difference between Haney fighting Cam next and fighting the winner of Loma Cam. It'll happen with Haney regardless. Yeah, it'll happen with Haney regardless because Cam and Loma got that type of integrity. But people are just tired of waiting another fight, another one. And I understand the frustration. I understand the frustration. Let me see. If you're a Haney fan, oh yeah. Hey Biz, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, brother. Could I get a hit to Tyson Bell? Love the channel. By the way, keep up great work. Happy birthday to you. Hit the Tyson Bell for my man Logan. Man, happy birthday, brother. The day after my mother's birthday. Beautiful, beautiful. Sagittarius, huh? Let me see. Look. Unless he loses. Either way, get them likes over 100. Yeah, if you can, everybody, hit the like.
Hit the like, your fingers over here be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
With what Lomachenko demonstrated last night is that guy's very difficult to beat. I mean, fantastic fighter. When you listen to Lomachenko, he talked about Teofimo Lopez and his breathing, the air around his heart and everything. Lomachenko was like, yeah, I feel sorry for fighters who go into fights with injuries and prior situations. He said, but nobody cares about excuses because he thought about himself. I had a messed up shoulder. Nobody cared. Before the shoulder, I looked unbeatable. After the shoulder, I look unbeatable. There's something going on here, and it's my shoulder. I show you guys pictures of me, this, but no one cares, okay? So Lomachenko, he did say both, and he was right. Look, man, Teofimo Lopez, I feel sorry for him going through that, and I'm happy that he's doing better. We all should feel that way. If we don't, then, I can't help it. But he also said, but people just don't care, right? Hit the Tyson Bell. So though it's real, people don't care, right? Teofimo Lopez didn't care when Lomachenko had a hurt shoulder. So he's like, people don't care. Really don't. Let me see. Loma is a mandatory. Weren't we saying unification stomps mandatories, Biz? Yeah, and that's the point I want to make. It's not a unification. I keep trying to explain this to y'all. The franchise title, you can't unify the WBC franchise title and the WBC title. That's why Kambosos is undisputed. You cannot unify those two titles. Now, we could try to call it a unification match, but Kambosos holds all the belts of all the sanctioning bodies. There's no two number one belts. You can't hold the Super WBA title and the WBA title. That's why Ugas vacated the WBA title when he was elevated to Super WBA champion. So that's what I'm saying. If Kambosos become mandatory for the WBO title, now if he becomes mandatory for the WBC title, if he say, oh, I'm going to exercise that mandatory for the WBC title, the franchise title from the last time I heard didn't have mandatories. So he'll be the mandatory for Devin Haney's title. Here's the Tyson belt. But he's also number one for the WBO. So if he's mandatory for the WBO, Kambosos is mandated to fight him. But you can't mandate Devin the Dream Haney to fight Kambosos. All right? And you can't, what are you unifying? You can't hold both straps. If Gervonta Tank Davis moves up to 147, he can't unify with Ugas. Right? Let me see. Which KO last night was your fave? Big Baby, Brandon Lee, Nonito. I like Nonito. Out of those, I like Nonitos because, I mean, that body shot and my man Cambayo kept getting up and he kept dropping. Let me see. If Haney is next for Kambosos and Garcia is capping, would Isak be a good keep busy fight while Loma waits for the winner? Tank would never step in. Okay, so if Haney is next for Kambosos and Garcia, would Isak? Yeah, Isak is a great keep busy fight regardless. He's a superstar now. I don't think Ryan Garcia is capping. Ryan Garcia was extremely irritated. People are like, hey, why your hair so slick? Why you chew gum like that? He's like, you see what I mean? Now you know why Ryan Garcia had the mental health issues. Every little comment is pissing him off. He can't take how these suckers are now. Hit the Tyson bell. So, and there are some suckers out there, so that's what they're going to be. Haters. And it's getting to him. You can tell he was so aggravated in this live stream. But he's serious about Isak Cruz because Isak Cruz just looked great against Gervonta Tank Davis. And Ryan Garcia did admit that Tank Davis won by like 2 rounds, he thought. Still, he knows perception is reality, how people feel. So Ryan Garcia wants to take that like opponent so he can get to Tank. My thing is this. Isak Cruz is better than we thought he was. Well, better than I thought he was. But he's not as good as people are saying. Hold on. I know what happened. We watched what happened with Gervonta Tank Davis versus Isak Cruz. Tank was on his way to really hurting that guy, hurt his hand. And it made things look closer than they really are. Just like that side mirror. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Hit the Tyson bell. Ryan Garcia knows that. But it's perfect. It's a good fight to come back from his long layoff. Also, it's a fight that he really feels he can win. On top of that, I mean, when you see that height difference and all those things, and Ryan Garcia is used to punching down, Tank Davis isn't. But with that said, on top of that, it's a like opponent for Gervonta Tank Davis. It's a beautiful move for Ryan Garcia. I think he's serious. Now, as far as Tank would never step in, no. Tank would want Kambosos. But TMT is not going to have him go to Australia. Hit the Tyson bell. They will want it in Vegas. Kambosos ain't even thinking about that. I'm fighting at home. So that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is either Devin the Dream Haney or Lomachenko. And I'm telling you, it's looking more and more like it's going to be Lomachenko. And that's sad news for Devin Haney and Devin Haney fans. Biz, you got to give Jake props for taking on Woodley. Yeah, I mean, yes. I don't give him props. Yeah, give Woodley props. Give everybody props for even stepping in the ring. Let me see. Loma fights anyone, anywhere. Okay. Let me see. Loma will cry. 100% true words, Biz. You tell him. Yeah, absolutely. Hit the Tyson. We love you, boy. Absolutely. Let me see. Loma is the best lightweight in the world. Tank is between him and Tank. The funny thing about Kambosos is this. He's better than I thought he was. And he's actually the best, okay, because he is undisputed. But he's not skillfully the best, okay, and not even resume-wise the best. But he's better than I thought he was, that we all thought he was. But not as good as, look, how about this? Everybody is listening to Kambosos and listening to what he has to say about everything. Why? Handsome face, great personality, great character, can articulate extremely well, and he's holding all the straps. And so everybody got a mic in his face, and he's the man, and now he's sitting back like the emperor. I may fight him. He's in such a great spot. But he came out of nowhere, literally. I mean, for us boxing fans, we saw him. And we knew that he was good. But he came out of nowhere, literally. And everybody got a mic in his face, all right? And it was that way for Teofimo Lopez as well, okay? When he did something sensational. Look, that's like Penna. If Penna doesn't have a mic in her face every day this week, I'm going to be tripping, all right? When you do something like that. Same thing for all the Buster Douglas, Andy Ruiz. Nobody was more excited about Andy Ruiz. Hit the Tyson bell. But with that said, I'm very curious on how good is he really. I can't wait for his next fight. Devin the Dream Haney or Kambosos. Nobody's talking about Cruz versus JoJo. That's a fight. Yeah, nobody's talking about it because that fight won't happen. Hit the Tyson bell. It's not going to happen. Let me see. Lomachenko, this man said, did you watch the UFC last night? Did you watch UFC last night, Biz? This guy said, did you watch UFC last night, Biz? This guy's like, I don't watch your channel. I don't know what's going on with your community. Everybody, give it to him.
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
Hit the Tyson bell. Yeah, we got to do one. And that's the black two sugars. So look. I'm very curious how you guys feel. That face landing was crazy. I'm very curious on how you guys feel about what I said. Devin the Dream Haney is on an island. Okay? He's on an island. He's on an island where he has a title. He's undefeated. He has name recognition. He has a good face for boxing to be a star. But there's no reason to go for his title. And regardless of what's being said, Mauricio Suleiman says all the time, Devin the Dream Haney is a champion, trying to put value on a title. But when you look at the rules, you're like, there's no real reason to fight him for that title. That title isn't getting you anywhere, right? When you look at the rules, okay, the WBC rules, that title it's the same reason why people look at Gervonta Tank Davis and say he's not a 3-division world champion. Look at the titles he's collected. Those not real titles. That's the title Devin Haney's holding. And I know it's very difficult to think that way because the franchise title is a new concept. But if you allow yourself, your brain to have more elasticity, that's what's going on with Devin Haney's title. Okay? After Lomachenko was elevated. What we don't want to get confused here when it comes to Devin the Dream Haney and his title. Don't get confused with he deserves it and he's the real champ. Huh? Look. I got greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, you name it. I hear that all the time. And I see the energy. Devin Haney deserves it. He's not the real champ. The man who beat the man who beat the man, that's the real champ. Devin Haney deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves a fight at the title. But he's not the real champ, but he deserves it because he fought in that tournament for the interim title. He fought to become the mandatory for the WBC. He ended up taking the full-time title. And that messed things up. He deserves it, but he's not the real champ. But he deserves it. And that's why, if you look at Kambosos and the choices he has between Devin Haney and Lomachenko, the right thing would be to fight Devin Haney. You feel it. Even if you're a Lomachenko fanboy, you feel it. You know, fighting Devin Haney is the right thing. Fighting Lomachenko, though, may get more respect for it because Lomachenko is a steeper hill. Hit the Tyson bell. So it's a funny dynamic here. Biz, just popping in saying what up because my girl was like, hell no, Charles. None of that boxing shit this morning. I said, it's your boy, but everybody, my man, hit the Tyson bell. His girl say, no, he said, it's your boy. Give it to the Varnell Hill boxing.
And do the cabbage patch. Kiss a pretty lady and then sign some autographs. The Varnell man can shaboing boing.
Hit the Tyson bell. Huh? Men, stand up. Women who got a man that say, I'm tired of you looking at ShowBizz little dog. Stand up. Say shaboing man. Shaboing damn boy, huh? I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Huh? That's right. Shoe program. Huh? Paranoid. Let me see. It's a little off topic, but since we are on Lomachenko, a lot of people seem to think Shakur is most likely to beat him. Do you think that's true? Shakur can beat him. Yeah, I do. I think Tank Davis and Shakur can beat him. Lomachenko, though, is doing that 135 thing. I mean, yeah. And Shakur Stevenson, he got fish to fry. He got Valdez. He got shit to do. Hit the Tyson bell. Let me see. Please hit the like. Everybody, if you can. A lot of people are in here today. So hit the like. Let's get over 600. A lot of people are in here this morning. That's wonderful. Everybody, please hit the like.
Hit the like, your fingers over there be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
Huh? Ooh. I want to say this too, real quick. Yeah, she mad for real. Hey, give him some slack. Give him a little slack. He's a great man. He's providing the best he can, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever he can do. All right, look at him. He looks like he's in great shape, got a great smile. Leave him alone. All he's trying to do is look at a little boxing for an hour. Hit Tyson bell. Leave that man alone. So look, yeah, free Charles Baker. Free Charles Baker. Free Charles Baker. Huh? Free Charles Baker. Everybody, free Charles Baker. Free Charles Baker. Tyson bell. You got that right, Danny. So look. When it comes to Lomachenko, and Devin Haney. Devin Haney also, I'm gonna break this down with Devin. Somebody asked me, no Keyshawn Davis. What about Keyshawn? We talked about Keyshawn. Brother, don't come here late. All right, so here's the thing. When it comes to Devin Haney, somebody asked me, somebody said, ShowBizz, you said you thought Devin Haney's performance was, and you didn't say that about Lomachenko's. Huh? Everybody, give it up for him. Give it up for him. Where is it? Right. That's because Lomachenko's performance against Richard Comey, a more dangerous fighter than Jojo Diaz. Lomachenko's performance against Richard Comey was fantastic. There was a knockdown. He had him rocked, looked at the corner, said, y'all gonna throw in the towel. It was extremely entertaining on that aspect. That's the casual aspect. But then for the boxing purists, Lomachenko displayed the type of shit that made Floyd Mayweather extremely entertaining for me. I've always said, I know people saw Floyd Mayweather as boring, but as a boxing purist, I used to look at Floyd and say, that is fantastic. There's a difference. Devin the Dream Haney, he didn't show the things that the casuals were like, a rock, a knockdown, no Bambi legs, none of that with Jojo Diaz, didn't have the pop. But he didn't show the fantastic boxing slickness and abilities in the ring. He was getting hit clean, but he didn't show the fantastic. Now, the fight itself was a decent fight. Jojo Diaz walking him down, but I'm talking about Devin Haney. Devin Haney didn't show the type of abilities to make you say, what the hell am I looking at? Lomachenko, Floyd Mayweather. What? Sweet Pea Whitaker. What? This guy is Shakur Stevenson does that. This guy looks ridiculous. If you're not going to have pop, you're going to have to show abilities that make people say, this is beautiful to watch. Make a miss. Look at everybody like Roy Jones Jr. Get busy. Devin Haney didn't do anything. Look, how about this? Boots Ennis. When the bell goes, Boots Ennis, he don't even got to throw a punch. As soon as Boots step out, it's like, that's the best fighter in the world. If you know what you're looking at, you're like, that guy, he doesn't even have to throw a punch. Oliveira did that with Dustin Poirier last night. I'm like, he barely threw any strikes. And I'm like, that guy is way better than Poirier. My bad. I barely saw. Remember when I was calling the fight? All of Oliveira was. I'm like, hold on. Even though Poirier probably won that first round, I'm like, the better fighter is Oliveira. If you have that ability to see, you can tell. When Boots step out there, it's like, hey, brother, that dude is special. Same thing with now Devin Haney, still a good fighter, dangerous fighter, no easy out. You can't name people that you feel for sure would beat Devin Haney. I think Lomachenko versus Devin Haney is an interesting fight because Devin Haney, if Devin Haney doesn't try to get Loma out of, if Devin Haney tries to get him out of it, Lomachenko beat the hell out of him, okay? Because Devin Haney doesn't have the pop. He fought Richard Comey, Nakatani, dangerous punchers who got range and can box, got some speed. Linares was doing all those things. So that wouldn't, but if Devin Haney is pot-shotting and moving and pot-shotting, that could be an interesting fight, okay? Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney's been whooping Ryan Garcia's ass since amateurs. That's it. Tank Davis, I got Tank. Okay, Tank, he punches up very well, and we found out he ain't punching down well at all. Okay, but I think Tank Davis would beat. Devin Haney gets hit too flush when you walk him down, and Tank Davis were crumbling. He's crumbling. But other than Tank, there's not too many guys that you feel would beat Devin Haney. All right, still, that's why. As far as performances, if you're Kambosos, would it be a more exciting fight? It's Lomachenko. Ryan Garcia, right? Gervonta Tank Davis. Haney needs to stop trying to prove he's not. Yeah, right. Okay, what he's not. I understand that. I think he needs some different training. I understand that. But let's throw this out here too. George Kambosos is not undisputed. Let me hit it.
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
I'm giving him that not because he thinks that Kambosos isn't undisputed, is he keeps saying it. I'm not budging. You're not budging. Shut the hell up. Let's move forward. let's move forward. I'm not budging. Okay. Where was I? So yeah, when you look at the performances, Lomachenko would be more exciting. I did hear Lomachenko say this. He said that Ryan Garcia, out of all of the lightweights, you guys brought this up to me in the war room last night. He said out of all the lightweights, who had the most how did he put it? Impressive victory was Ryan Garcia over Luke Campbell. Like I said, I can see that in the ring. I can see that. I can agree with that. The most impressive to me is Gervonta Tank Davis over Mario Barrios. I still think, but Ryan Garcia, yeah, because Ryan Garcia got dropped, got up off his back, just like great fighters do. Muhammad Ali versus Henry Cooper got dropped, got up off his back, and then stopped him. That's extremely impressive. I love that with Lomachenko versus Linares, except for Ryan Garcia got hit more flush and he was more hurt. But he jumped up and then rocked him and then knocked him out with a body shot. Ryan Garcia's performance, that was exciting and that was great. You know, like I said, people, if a fight is exciting, case in point, when Devin Haney got rocked by Linares, that was the most exciting part of that whole damn fight. That made the fight exciting. Now, it made people worry about Devin Haney, and then Devin Haney did what he had to do, start holding whatever, didn't pull the fight out. Great, nice way to handle adversity from Devin Haney. That's actually a plus for Devin Haney. Same thing with Ryan Garcia. But I want to say this, though, about Ryan Garcia. He broke his hand. And you want to fight Isaac Cruz? Brother, Tank Davis got the iron fist, and it was fine, and he smashed it on Isaac Cruz's hand. You gonna come with an already fractured hand? I love it. Fight him. Isaac Cruz gonna have the top of his head pointing at your face. Go ahead. Give it a shot. Give it your best shot. Smash. Okay. Now it's time to work. Boots is now Errol's mandatory because that dude lost. I don't know what you mean. Well, if he's his mandatory, I would love to see his fight. Is in that same interview, Loma said Tank isn't a great fighter, just a star. I can see why he says that too. Not because he truly feels that way, because of hate. Tank and Loma don't like each other, bro. I promise you, if Loma had Tank hurt like he had Richard Comey hurt, he'd try to finish him. Loma doesn't. They're too much alike. Have you ever seen? Yeah, I said it. They both cocky as hell. Actually, Loma's more cocky. Loma's the most cocky. Yeah, I can see that. He doesn't. Floyd Mayweather and Loma can't mix. Loma's hey, that's the cockiest man I've ever seen. So yeah, no, he's hating, right? But that and the fight, they both have said stuff about each other. Tank Davis is a wonderful fighter. He's a great fighter. So is Loma. But they won't, you know what I mean? I've heard Muhammad Ali say fighting Frazier would be like a good amateur versus a true professional. Now, Ali said that about Joe Frazier. He said fighting Joe Frazier would be like a good amateur versus a real professional or whatever, however he said. That's what happens when you have somebody who can be an opponent of yours. That's what happens. All right. You see Errol Spence, how he feels about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, where you at? Called him the B word and everything. He called Errol Spence a bitch. He was like, I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Huh? I run shit here. Y'all just live here. Okay? Hit the Tyson bell. I run shit. I'm the police. Loma said that Ryan Garcia is top level. Ryan Garcia is top level. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Tank Davis, they're top level guys. They're not the other guys. They're top level guys. Errol's other mandatory lost last night. Porter retired, and now that elevates Boots to his mandatory. Once he gets mandated, that'd be wonderful. Because he's his he has to get mandated by the sanctioning body. He has to be mandated. If I can't wait for him to be mandated, but Errol Spence will mess around and fight Ugas, for unification, which Trump's mandatory, right? He'll mess around and fight Terrence Bud Crawford or whatever. Boots isn't going to have a shot in the dark against those guys. He's not. I just don't see it. Okay. That's a young lion who is looking very difficult to beat. Not happening. Let me see. George Kambosos is not undisputed. He just really wants to. That comment was dumb. The franchise belt isn't a title, it's a designation.
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
Haney has the real belt. You guys are still caught up in the whole belt thing. It's going to really hurt you, but I'm going to tell you this, Mojo. It's going to help. What you're going to get from me is this. Devin Haney deserves to fight with Kambosos. He was handed a title, which y'all respect that or not. But he was handed a title, okay? But what I think is Devin Haney deserves the undisputed fight. That guy fought in a tournament to become interim champion for what? Nothing. When he was handed the WBC full-time title, that ruined things. Actually, he would have done better with just the interim title. Seriously. He would have done better just being the mandatory. When he accepted that full-time, that messed him up. And y'all don't realize it. It messed him up. And y'all trying to give value to the title. Don't worry about that. He deserves it. We can just do that. You ain't got to cap. He deserves it. He deserves Kambosos that fight to be next in Australia. And Devin Haney said, I'll fight you on Jupiter. But Devin Haney knows he's actually behind the 8 ball here. Okay? Devin Haney has all of the responsibilities of a world champion, but he doesn't have any of the perks. That's what happened. He has, if Lomachenko is the WBC mandatory, Devin Haney got to fight him, not Kambosos. That what happened was was a hindrance to Devin Haney. It didn't help Devin Haney. All right. Like I said, the WBC is a fantastic organization, a historic organization. The green belt is extremely important. I mean, I've been reading since the 50s about the green belt in Ring Magazine. Okay. But with that said, no organization is perfect, and they've had fumbles. And the two big clear fumbles to me was the inconsistency with the PED failure with Oscar Valdez. Speak on it. I'm putting cases on every last one of you. And two, how they fumbled this whole franchise title thing. All right. I don't like, and I said it before, I don't like all these titles, and I don't like what happens, but I am an analyst, and I'm keeping it clear what's going on. And where Devin Haney is a huge injustice to what he's accomplished as a fighter and the position he's in. Okay? So don't get me wrong, Mojo. Devin Haney deserves the fight. But the politics made it so fighters don't necessarily have to fight him. If George Kambosos does, that's integrity. I want Kambosos to do that. That's a different type of champion. That's a champion unlike any champion right now. I need Kambosos to do that. If he doesn't, still as a boxing fan, I'm watching him versus Lomachenko. Stop playing. But if Lomachenko beat Kambosos, Lomachenko, you got to fight him. And I believe that he will, because Lomachenko looks like he's on a tear. Look, I think Lomachenko will fight Ryan Garcia. I think he's going to fight Devin Haney if he becomes undisputed, all those things. So don't get it mixed up. I'll tell you guys this. Because Devin Haney deserves to fight, don't say that he's the main champion. Hit the Tyson bell. Okay? Because that franchise title is the super title. It's the super title. Let me see. I hope I explain that as much as I can. Garcia needs to sit down with a good sports psychologist. Yeah. I'm actually my daughter. Yeah, between you and I. between me and all 800 of you. Huh? I'm the police. Huh? I run shit here. Y'all just live here. My daughter went to school, college, for boxers. But she's doing she's studying the brain and stuff like that. And she has gotten very involved in combat sports, and she thinks that's necessary to speak with these fighters, to help these fighters outside of the sport so they can maintain and go back into the ring healthy. This family, I'm talking about trying to change the game forever. We're on that. That's the first time I released that secret. So y'all just got some exclusive. But my daughter's 1 year away from graduating with that. I think she's thinking about going to graduate school to really, strengthen that. But yeah, absolutely. You're right. He's like Johnny Five. He got zapped with anxieties. And is short circuiting. Yep. Get it? Yes. I'm an 80s baby. Oh, yes. You're absolutely right, though. He's short circuiting. That shit can happen to me. If it wasn't for stuff like this,
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
I do that to keep me sane with a lot of these dumbass comments. Okay? Because people are so busy trying to chop you down and not listen to you and come to some kind of common understanding. Let me see. After seeing Loma's performances against Comey and Nakatani, do you fully believe he threw the fight with Lopez because of his shoulder? No. He didn't throw the fight. No, hell no. That comment was dumb. Love you like a play cousin, brother, but he didn't throw the fight. He knew he had a shoulder situation. He tried to save it. Look at it the first couple rounds. He was trying to, maybe I could win a handful of rounds and then turn it on second half and then beat him. He fooled around too long. He got his ass whipped. It's Tyson Bell. Got his ass whipped. And that's all to the credit of Teofimo Lopez. Let me see what else I have to say. Lomachenko lied about his shoulder. Boy, you so
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
So let me see. Haney is levels above Comey skill wise. Yeah. Haney would beat Loma. That makes zero sense. That what you just did right there made zero sense. But he's levels above. Yeah. He has crazy wrinkles. But him versus Comey would have been a fantastic fight. Dog, did you see how Comey was going upside Lomachenko's head? Comey got. I really like Richard Comey. I really like that guy. I like him even more after last night. With all his flaws, he just in the inside he let his hands go. Like I think Richard Comey versus Devin Haney would be a fantastic fight. Devin Haney though could probably hurt him. Yeah, he can't punch through a wet paper bag, but Richard Comey drops his left and he throws the right. And Richard Comey could definitely hurt Devin Haney, but Devin Haney's he's levels. He's better. All right, so he can meet that right hand with a right hand of his. When you get hit that flush, who knows what happened? All right, even if you're Devin Haney. He has great conditioning. Oh yeah. Devin can't hurt my grandma. Yeah. She'll just be like, right here, Sonny. Pop. That's all. Hey, Danny, get him out of here. Get his ass out of here. Get his ass out of here. I thought you had somebody. Let me see. I'm just playing with y'all. Don't get too. I can't laugh too much. Let me see. Loma felt sorry for Kome. That's why he didn't finish him. Yeah, I didn't understand it. I mean, that's just, I would rap, but I like the foolishness. Okay, yeah, I get it. Look, remember when Roy Jones Jr. fought, what was his name? Brandon, what is his name? I forgot his name. Brandon. What was the guy's name? Remember when Roy fought a guy and he had him hurt and he leaned back and looked at the ref like, yo, he's not punching back? And then the ref was kind of like, and then Roy Jones said, okay, and pat, and knocked his ass out. I would rather that. Lomachenko was like, hey, he's hurt. Hey, he's hurt again. Well, let him last 12. I'm about the foolishness. If they didn't throw the damn towel in, he should just went and knocked him out. Pop shotting him for the rest of the 12 was more dangerous than knocking him out. Yes, shoe program. Pop shotting him, you might as well knock him out. To make him last and hit him with clean shots just enough to keep him up is hurting him more. Loma, knock his ass out so we can go head on. So that's the part I actually didn't like. Yeah, Loma was trying to play the ref when Steve Willis, the best ref in the world. I want to show you guys something, though. Some insight on Steve Willis. Let me show you guys this. Me and Steve Willis, we talk every day. And Steve Willis, he hates this. I'm sorry, Steve. He hates this. All right. Steve Willis is the best referee in the world. He tried to have me not even talk about him. But I'm just going to say this anyway because he's just a great friend of mine. Steve Willis is the best referee in the world. And if it wasn't for Steve Willis and his connection with other referees and stuff like that, I wouldn't have been able to find opportunities to help educate the boxing world. Like, let's say the long count and stuff like that. I single-handedly, this community, we single-handedly stopped that whole narrative with facts after facts, with listening to great referees that were jumping in my DMs, including Steve Willis. Steve Willis leading the charge on, hey, no, show, this is what happens. This is what this is. This is what happens. The timekeeper goes to this. I mean, to be educated by, and the rest of the people are going to remain nameless, but to be educated by a lot of these fighters, sanctioning bodies, promoters, network guys, people who are speaking to me, taking that time out to say, that's why I'm not speaking out my ass here. Okay. But taking time out to tell me these are the rules. Here it is. This is the protocol. Let me show you. When I was debunking things and doing things, I wasn't speaking out my ass. It was these are the protocols. Read it. Now align that with what happened. Right? People like to fill in what they don't know with guesses. I've never seen a glove bend like that. Well, you haven't looked until, of course, you never seen, you never looked. Then when you look, oh, but people are still like, no, that's different. Right? So shout out to all those people who take the time out with this community and speak to us. That's why we're growing so fast and stuff like that. We're educated here. Right? Let me see what you have to say. I love those kind of comments. Haney is levels above Kome, but saying Haney beats Loma because Kome is for, yeah, I know. 12 round. That's hilarious. That's hilarious to me. Flex on him. Hold on. See. Pow! Kambosos got all the belts by defeating T.O. Clown, and his next defending is to prove what kind of champ he is. Now all of the top lightweights can say whatever until the world see them in the ring. How they performing. Yep. I love that comment. Let me see. Except for calling Teofimo Lopez a clown and stuff. I was yelling at Loma, hit him with the body shot. Yeah, hit him with the body shot then. And he started digging in the 12th round. So no, I want to show you guys this. I can get sidetracked so easily, bro. You have no idea. You're like ADHD or something. Here, let me show you. And let me know if you can see this fine. Can you see it? No, I'm just playing. Here we go. This is last night before the fight. I hope you guys can see this just fine. Let me see if you can see. Can you see? Good. Now check this out.
My friend, see? Yeah. Hey, what's happening? All right, everyone's here. All right. Any questions? Any questions?
Any questions? Look at
No
this.
question about the other. You got any questions?
No.
All right. How are you? How you doing? I'm good. How are you? Business.
Yeah.
Same old business.
Yeah.
Low blow, kidney punch, rabbit punch. Watch your head come. Protect yourself coming forward, because he comes forward. Protect yourself. You got one hand free. Same old thing.
Beautiful.
Right. Yeah. Same. The only thing with holding, I'm not saying you don't do it, but what I don't want to see is pulling the head, the uppercut.
Pulling the head uppercut.
I'm
Bingo.
doing the same thing, because that. And when you're coming forward, keep your head straight.
Yeah.
You turn like that.
Yeah.
If you turn and hit the back of your head, that's on you.
So there are no questions on the table.
No.
Nobody has any issues.
Not for you.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Nobody have any issues? Because I don't want to hear shit.
2 mouthpieces, right?
2 mouthpieces.
Who's your chief tonight?
No, cut man, for Papa's chief.
2 mouthpieces?
But I speak
Okay.
English.
If it comes out, mouthpiece come out, water, back in, no talk. All right, I mean, you know, same old thing.
See
Okay?
you in the ring.
See you in the ring. All right? All right.
Beautiful.
Yes. Good to see you again. Yeah.
Beautiful. Spit shine. Everything clean. Hold on real quick. The reason why I showed that is because of what happens throughout a fight, leading up to the fight, how safe boxing is actually, and is becoming with all of these rules and you know, speaking to the fighters. When someone say the camera was off, there's guys still there. There's a referee there. There's, you know, you didn't see all those things, right? Last night while looking at it, but that it wasn't for you to see. Okay. Now they're starting to expose a lot of those things. But the conversation that has, the professionalism, everything that goes on, now the boxing fan and the fans don't believe anything. Everything is some kind of conspiracy. So now we need more transparency. Fine. So now that part of the business is starting to come out to show you how complete a lot of the stuff really is. Now, I did like when he was talking about holding the head down and uppercutting, because we've had that conversation, me and Steve Willis, and he was just talking about how much of it is allowed. He's shown video and everything like that. What is a rabbit punch? If you turn your own head, it is what it is. If you duck too low and you get hit in the head, hey, he's rabbit punching. Well, that's you. Hit the Tyson bell. Holding one arm, got the other one free. Let me see. Biz, it was Brandon versus. Yeah, you right. Yep, it was Brian. Thank you so much. It was Brandon. That's right. Hit the Tyson bell. Facts. It's beautiful. Big up referee. Yeah, actually. Big up to Steve Willis. We love you, boy. Give him his roses while he's here. He had anxiety for that one. Great ref, isn't he, Brent? And those are the things that we're starting to see more transparency. People want to see it. The boxing world didn't realize, thought that people were just excited about the fights. Now the fight itself is what people don't even recognize anymore. Everybody's into the soap opera and into the politics. And he said this and she said that. And what race is he? And what race is she? That's what people are into now. So you got to show that part of the game. Before, we were just into the damn fight. Who won the fight? Whoa, you see that right hand? Look at that. People don't even care about the fight anymore. Look at the war room. I want you guys to do this. Look at the war room and see how many people are talking about the jab, the footwork, the head movement. Are people talking about that? No. Look at the war room. Watch what the war room talks about. Let me see. My favorite ref, very passionate with his craft, but nobody loves being a ref more than him. All right, I don't think nobody loves anything more than he loves being a ref. I don't know anybody loves anything more than he loves being a ref. That guy be dancing while he's watching the fight. I saw Lomachenko hit Comey with a straight left, and Steve Willis went. Now, what referee watches the fight and enjoy it that much? Pop. That was. I'm like, brother, that's unprofessional. Pop. Then he'll sit there and look at it. Then he'll backtrack like. What ref is watching the fight? Talk about something. Like, brother. Yeah, the Willis shuffle. Only Willis, boy. Oh, he's more entertaining than the damn fight. So look, I want to talk about Nonito Donaire for a quick second against Casimero. Nonito's wife, Rachel Donaire. If I have her name messed up, forgive me. I think Nonito Donaire ducked Casimero, but not because he was afraid of him. I thought the pressure came from his wife because of what Casimero said about his wife, and I had a huge rant about that. I thought that would be more of a reason to whoop his ass. With that said, that's her name, Rachel, right? Thank you so much. With that said, he's also a comedian. Yeah, I know. I have a video laughing at his. I did a reaction to his comedy. You just gotta look it up. Look up ShowBizz and Steve Willis. Like, I got a bunch of videos. But what I was gonna say about her name, Rachel, right? I think. Anyway, yeah, you remember the rant, Tiz? Tiz, remember, Tiz is a shout out to Tiz, bro. Shout out everybody. Hit the like for Tiz.
Hit the like, your fingers over there be like, there's nothing to hit the like, you know what you like.
But Rachel is saying, his wife is saying, who is his manager, is saying that Donaire will be fighting Casimero next. Why? What happened before? I understand there was an issue with them getting the PEDs, the testing. And they needed 3 days or something, and they did not show proof of getting tested. Well, they did right afterwards. They did like the same day that Donaire and them were complaining we didn't get the results. They gave the results. They were here, and they showed that they were tested. They just never gave. They didn't give the results yet, but they gave it to him that he got. So they did get tested. They didn't cheat or anything. Casimero. The problem was what Casimero said about his wife. But now they're saying that that fight's next. And I'm thinking, damn, bro, we could have been had that. I didn't have to sit through the worst fight of all time. Yeah, I said it. Shoe program. Huh? Jay. Jay. I'm putting cases on every last one of you. Huh? Dude. We didn't have to sit through Ring of Diao versus Casimero, the worst fight ever. The worst fight ever. The worst damn fight ever. Okay? I had to sit through that shit. I called it. Wow. But now we're here. Fine. I'm not a complainer. I complain like a mug. Donaire fighting Casimero. When you look at that body shot, Donaire's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat him. If you look at how Ring of Diao was able to keep away from Casimero, how Casimero was just swinging, Donaire probably beat him. He'll probably beat him, or unless it's a styles make fights thing. You know, Donaire's going to be there to get landed on by Casimero. With that being said, there's more opportunities. But how Donaire looked against Inoue, how Donaire looked last night, I think Donaire would beat him. I favor Donaire, but it's a fight that I want to see so badly. I do want to see Nonito Donaire versus Inoue too. I want to see that very badly. Look like that fight can definitely happen. So Inoue fighting the winner between Casimero and Nonito Donaire, that's fantastic. Okay, hit the Tyson bell. I'm just saying, I wish that fight happened before. Okay. Nobody wants that Devin smoke. Look like Kambosos does. But he's more bang for his buck in Australia. Yeah, it looks like Kambosos does. And it looks like Devin Haney is going to get that opportunity very soon. It's either Kambosos or the winner between Kambosos and Lomachenko. If I was Devin Haney, I hang tight. I sit tight. I'll wait. I'll wait to see what Kambosos is doing. And if he fights Lomachenko next, I'll still wait. If I was Devin, because at this point, how boxing is going, he wouldn't fight. Like, okay, if I was really Devin, if it was me, I'd just be fighting. If it was me, I'd just be fighting. Ryan Garcia, let's get it in. You don't want to fight Isaac Cruz? I don't give a damn. Let's get it in. Tank Davis, let's fight. Like, I would be calling everybody out. It doesn't really matter. Okay. But how the boxing world goes, Devin Haney should sit. And wait tight, because he's not going to have a big fight with somebody who can beat him. It'll be another guy, and then he's going to look decent. And that's going to take away the excitement from Devin Haney even more. And I want to say this too. Haney better stay busy with who, though? That's what I'm saying. Him fighting again can actually be more detrimental. If he doesn't knock his next opponent out, which I don't think he will, because he'll probably fight somebody even better than Jojo Diaz. So it'd be a more stiff competition. If he has another, it could take excitement from Devin. And I want to say this too. I'm not sure if it's Devin as much as it's Eddie Hearn. I'm getting a good feel that nobody likes working with him. Hit the Tyson Bell. Lou DiBella seems to have the best relationship with him. I'm talking about from the States. I don't know if Lou DiBella, I don't know if people want to work with him. I think Lou DiBella rather work with Bob Arum. And I think for some reason, I don't know what it is. Okay. Cause I don't know Eddie Hearn. So I have to meet him or something. I don't know what it is, but people don't want to work with him. Okay. And I think it's some of that. Devin Haney is with Eddie Hearn. If you look at Eddie Hearn, he also has Andrade. There's no fights going on. Triple G versus Murata. That's a unification fight. But still, up until that point, nobody was fighting Triple G. Right? If you look at Eddie Hearn, and I mean, other than AJ, he has to have like just a fight with his own camp. Haney makes more than Loma. Not in Australia. Loma makes more since he'll travel better to Australia. If you don't know that, then you're not allowing yourself to know that. Let me see. Why should he stall his greatness? You're not making any sense. Because, okay, Mont, Brink, listen. Dude, it would do you a whole lot of good if you listened, all right? And then I can make a little bit more sense. Don't come like this. Don't listen like this. Listen like a man. Sit there and listen. And let's see if we can have common ground, okay? I'm not saying stall your greatness. What I'm saying is this. The way Devin Haney has been performing, no one is yearning to watch Devin Haney. After Gamboa, after Linares fight, after Jojo Diaz, okay? So he's not going to get a fight with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia didn't want him before. He's not going to get a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. Let's talk reality. He's not going to get a fight with any of those boys, okay? So with that said, if he's not going to fight those top guys, he's going to have another Jojo Diaz, Linares, Gamboa type of fight. And with those guys, he can have another lackluster performance. And people just not be excited about Devin Haney, all right? I'm not saying stall your greatness. I'm saying in this business of boxing and the way everybody responds, the boxing fan respond. In this business of boxing, I say if Kambosos chooses Lomachenko, hang tight. See who wins that. And whoever wins that, where are they going to go? Back to me. You fight me. If Devin Haney fights somebody have a lackluster performance, you can easily pull a Canelo Alvarez. Payday, he's a boring fighter. They can have that excuse with Devin Haney. If Devin Haney fights and it's another snooze fest, they can have that excuse. I'm saying hang tight if he fights if Kambosos choose Lomachenko. Let's see what happens. And as soon as whoever wins, be there in Australia. And then call them out. Be close to the mic, be at the ring, something. I'm tired of y'all avoiding me. That's the move. But if you don't agree, just don't agree. I don't agree. But at least you heard me like a man. That's all I expect. Let me see. That's right. Yeah, Best Life. That's what happened with Andre. I'm one of those people that see patterns. If I see a pattern, I won't go right along with it. Okay? I'm talking about in the business. If the business wasn't like that, if the business can take a loss, if the business can take a hard fight, and fans don't say exposed, overrated. If the business can take it, if the business was different, Devin Haney should go ahead and get busy. But the business isn't like that. It's unforgiving. The business doesn't move. All right, it doesn't waver from this thing which we're trying to change. Okay. If I was Devin Haney, I'd sit tight for a minute. Okay. I love Biz and Steve Willis. Yeah, Logan, hit the Tyson Bear. Let me see. So you guys have a Loma fans are scared of Haney. I almost gave you. I don't see that. Let me see. High low, the entertainment, the factual, the showbiz. Thank you so much. Hit the Tyson Bear. I think people are getting too in their emotions and don't realize. Before I go, I want to say this. It's just like what happened with Deontay Wilder when I was talking about Deontay Wilder. And it happens sometimes when I talk about Canelo Alvarez or when I talk about Anthony A.J. Joshua taking that step aside. Or when I say Errol the True Spence should probably, if you want the best Errol Spence versus the best Terrence Crawford, he should probably fight a guy real quick and not Terrence Crawford next. People will see that as hating when I say Gervonta Tank Davis should rematch Isaac Cruz. At the end of the day, I am going for the benefit of the fighter I'm talking about. I'm talking about what would benefit Devin Haney. People don't realize that. They're so busy. He must be hating and picking sides, and y'all got to get off. Y'all bring your skirt down. Y'all got to get off that, bro, and understand what ShowBizz is saying. When I was talking about Deontay Wilder, people thought I was hating. I was looking for the best. And when Deontay Wilder did what y'all said, now look. Hit the Tyson Bear. Now look. People see him as a guy full of excuses. He got dribbled off the canvas. Yeah, he should retire. Now look. So y'all gotta just listen to me well. I'm an analyst. There's no hating, no love, no none. I'm trying to analyze what goes on to give Devin Haney finally his shot. I think Devin Haney deserves Kambosos, and it would be the right move for Kambosos to fight Devin Haney. So keep that in mind. Don't wait for the negative thing to be said. Keep the positive thing in mind, what I just said there. All right? Let that register in your brain, okay? I think the right move would be for Kambosos to give Devin Haney his shot. But if he doesn't and fight Lomachenko, which I understand that move, if he fights Lomachenko instead, I get that. That makes sense. And Lomachenko is a steeper here for Kambosos, so it's not a duck move. If he fights Lomachenko instead, Devin Haney should sit back and look at these guys fight each other and then call them all ducks. Go everywhere. Call them ducks. Everybody's avoiding me. Talk shit about. Just stay on that rampage. Hit the Tyson Bell. It will benefit him. And then fight the winner. Okay? Now, you got this right. This is the best outcome. That's if Lomachenko, like I said, if Lomachenko become mandatory for the WBC, he's mandatory for Devin, though. So that'll be the second time Devin Haney and him got a mandatory. If Lomachenko goes for Kambosos instead, everybody should get that because he's going for undisputed. Same thing with Teofimo Lopez. Okay? But still, Devin Haney is the common denominator involved. So if he doesn't fight Devin Haney, again, Devin Haney can use that. That's the second time he ducked me. I was his mandatory. Now he's mine. He can use that to have these guys who are huge Devin Haney fanboys. They can really feel, that everybody's ducking. They can really feel big. Okay? And you can have that army behind you. Everybody who's doing their content, media stuff, that will work for Devin Haney. Right? People are into the They're not into the fight as much as the politics anyway, Brent. So, yeah, I think the right move would be for Kambosos to fight Devin Haney. If not, Lomachenko, if he's the mandatory for WBC, making him mandatory for Devin Haney, that fight should happen. Kambosos has a fight with anybody because in Australia, Kambosos fight in Australia, come home to Australia. That's going to be a big fight for him. It could be, I told you, it can be that punching bag I have in the corner. But that would make sense also, okay? But I'm just saying for Devin Haney, if that doesn't pan out, it can benefit him by talking that talk, that trash. Everybody's already here getting busy. Everybody's already here talking it up with him. So it could just grow more. He's the boogeyman. Everybody afraid. He can get that behind him. And once people start believing that to be true, I got receipts. Lomachenko ducked me this time. He ducked me again. I got receipts. It can force a mega fight for Devin Haney. Hit the Tyson bell. He can. He can. He can have that Clubber Lane moment. All right. I'm ranked number one. Number one. That means I am the best. He can do that. Let me see. Why do people underrate Olympian boxers? I have no idea. They fight the best fighters on them. That's why Keyshawn Davis was sitting there chilling his fight. He was like, he didn't rush the knockout. he pursued the knockout without rushing it. This guy who he beat, I fought way steeper competition in the amateurs. A pro boxer can fight anyone 18 plus who registers himself out. Yeah, oh yeah. I get you. They're the best of the best. Oh, Jay, huh? Pine on you. Ah, you mother. Jay, y'all be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I'm through with you. Yeah, shoe program. Huh? Hold on. Flex on them. See, pow. They try to kill my wife. I run this shit here. Y'all just live here. My man Jay, let me see what you have to say. Hey, Biz, don't you think Haney should put on the black hat like Floyd did and make the fans hate him? Yes. And then they will pay just to see him lose. Jay, King Kong, that's what I'm talking about. I say if people are into the soap opera anyway, more so than the event. So he can lean on that. He can lean on that. I would be that mouth, right? Floyd Mayweather, a lot of people were bored with his fights, but not with his antics. People were paying big time to watch him lose. Look, people don't like Eddie Hearn anyway. That can be something if he does it right. He's so young. He could start right now doing that, all right? It's hard to beat Devin. It's hard to beat him. So, yeah, absolutely. Now, it can backfire like Adrian Broner, but I do that to get the big fights. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Adrian Broner may get an opportunity to fight Conor Ben. Fantastic point, Jay Brown. Let me see what else I have to say. Wait, Best Life. I keep saying Best Life. What you got to say, Best Life? Yeah, Brent. There you go, Best Life. You're having a full conversation. Eric Johnson. Devin been waiting. Kambosos need to be a man of his word. Come on, Eric. We've been saying that, but good point. We said that for an hour now. Let me see. Love how you differentiate the fanboy from the fight fan. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. You could tell the fanboy. The fight fan likes the fights. We're watching the fights. Fanboy, they're into something else. Let me see. They be looking at all different things. How Haney's fans can explain Loma coming from Ukraine, no English, getting all those fights with champs, ex-champs, but Haney, American, can't get any.
Make me happy. Dude, you're a genius.
Thank you so much for the super chat, but that's another fanboy comment. The way you shape that, come on, brother. Coming in from Ukraine, getting more fights, but Manny Pacquiao, look, dude, if you're just exciting, you're exciting. How can David Haney fans explain? We need to stop having fans versus fans. That's ruining the sport. All right, so everybody almost left. Here we go. Would you ever consider doing television? Yes. Yes, I was this close. I'm always this close. Somebody would be ready to take a shot. right. And then I say a joke that goes too far. They're like, brother, we gotta wait for you to be able to shake that right. Or I have to give up too much. And it's like, I'm not going to sacrifice that much, bro. Oh, when somebody said people would do anything for money, no. Huh? They tried to kill my wife. No, I won't do anything for ShowBizz, a better way to box and television. All right, man. Look, thank you guys for showing up and showing out. I got to go Christmas tree shopping. All right. I may miss some of the games. But thank you guys so much for showing up and showing out. I'm off tomorrow. Thank you so much for having such a great war room. It was a great time. It was a fun time. Did you guys have fun? I hope you did. And I hope what we spoke about today made a lot of sense to you guys. I hope so. If not, we have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to do this every ShowBizz the Morning podcast. All right. ShowBizz the Adult. I'm out. Huh. Yes, Lord.